Okay, here we go, guys. This is Jose Trujillo, world's greatest living artist. And ready to do a video session with you guys. Let me see here. I got a canvas over here. Got a bunch of canvases around town. Let's do this. All right. So I'm going to do a petite ballerina, okay? One of my petite ballerinas. Because I can that way. With children, you have to make the heads bigger, okay, than adults. Their proportion, their head, their proportion is a lot larger. There you have it. Oh, let me show you guys the palette, because some of you guys have been asking me over and over. So I think if I show the palette and if I show what I'm doing more, you guys will get a better idea what's going on. Let me move this light. There we go. That way you guys can get a better idea. This toilet paper is not because I'm in the bathroom. It's I use it to clean my brush, and I do it this way. Okay. One very important thing to have with you is your coffee. So this is just a loose drawing. Many times I don't even do that. I'll just start painting, but it's just to give you an idea. Okay, I got my oil here. So I'm going to take loosely, right? Loosely, because the idea is that, oh man, there we go. To my light here. The idea is that we kind of sort of know what's going on here. Okay? And the more oil, the more you're going to flow. Now, it's a trick if you are afraid of using oil, because you will be tempted to slow down and think about it. And as I mentioned, that's my battle cry. Move, move, move. Believe it or not, it is the way out. But we don't want to do it because we're afraid of messing up. Hi, Jolly. Good to see you. Okay. So the attempt will be your mind will try to mess with you, whether you want to or not. And this is normal, because the mind has its own thing. It's got its own idea of it. And your whole job, as the great Seth Godin, I say the great, right? Because he's a great writer. Your whole job is to quiet the mind, because it wants to overpower you into thinking that you're not doing something right. And there lies the big lie. Because it's only in the painting, it's only in the next brushstroke that you will find the painting. It's only in the next brushstroke that you will find the painting. And the looser and the more you move, I promise you, in the beginning it feels, but the more you move, the faster you will find that. See, I use speed as an indicator. I already know that. The more I move, the faster I will find the violet. I'm trying to find it as a, what's his name? Michelangelo used to say, right? He's trying to remove it. So I do that by continuing to move, and I don't stay on the. See, I don't stay in one place till I get it right, because I know that that's going to kill my process. So I move to the background. See, it's one of my little secrets, if you will. And then I don't judge color, because if I do, then I start anything. I will use anything and everything. I will use all sorts of little movements. They're all paving their way to it. They're all helping me. They're all helping me. They're all there for a reason. They're conspiring together. They're conspiring to help me make this painting. All sorts of little movements, every single little thing. It's all conspiring. It's all helping. So I don't neglect anything, and I don't say, "Man, that was a bad brushstroke." It's not a bad brushstroke. It's just that you may be trying to paint it before painting it, and it is impossible. If that makes any sense, it's impossible to paint it before you paint it. You must be in there with it. It's done together. Okay. So I will use everything and everything. I will use any color. I will use any. What I'm trying to do is I'll even create a stage back here. And hell, I'll even create some faces. You'll see right now what I mean by that. Because I'm trying to use it all. It's not. I'm not trying to get to do one and then hoping I'm not trying to create for minimal brushstroke, as some people believe. Mine is a saturated brushstroke. It's not very minimal. I've seen some minimal painters that do very little and say a lot with very few brushstrokes. But they stay there for a while, right? Trying to get the ballerina, or whatever they're painting. In this case, the ballerina. They stay there for a while till they figure out the perfect composition and on and on. See, I don't do it like that. I do it as if I'm playing jazz. I start out and I have no effing idea where I'm going. It's a very loose idea. But I know that it's conspiring. And if I slow down, I don't help it, okay? If I slow down, I don't help it. If I slow down, I taint it. I don't like slowing down for that reason, because I know that I'll taint it. Okay, let's put some faces back here. But it's got to be quick. And if you stay there, you will miss out. See, the body is so intelligent. The body knows what to do. If you just trust it. The problem is that most of us don't trust ourselves. So we're like, oh man, that no, I don't know. I don't know if it's a face or not. I just know that there's a bunch of people back there. Right? I assume some people are wearing black. I assume that, right? Because it's a recital, so I assume that people are trying to be look nice, right? It's suggestive. I'm suggesting an environment. I'm suggesting an environment. There's a lot of oil being used. because if there's not enough oil being used, then I can't move fast, right? So that's why I use so much oil. I'm suggesting an environment. I might even suggest some light up here, right? But I have to move, because if I stay there, then I'll start thinking about where is the light going? Why is the light there? What is it doing there? And on and on and on. And I ain't got energy for that. My energy is for the painting, not for my head. I learned that through massive amounts of discomfort. See, save your energy for the painting, not to please your mind. And then, there we go. How long does it take to dry? It takes about 4 weeks, I would say, to dry to the touch, depending, more or less, depending on the weather. Remember I told you guys that the ballerina has to be a little bit, the head has to be a little bit big. Because she's a young girl. All children have bigger heads. In artwork, it'll help you identify quick. And these are things that this is part of the stuff that you want to study. Okay, when I say do it fast, don't care, I'm not saying don't study. I'm saying when it's time for execution, these are the things that you already hopefully are continuing to study. You don't know it all and then go do it. You do it and then you study as you continue to study. There's certain things that I do, for example, rule of thirds, right? I try to keep my a bit off center. This is not fully centered. This is almost to this side, right? To the left. There's certain things when I do a painting like this, many times, in order to stay consistent with something that I know in the back of my mind, right? For example, the rule of thirds, I put something over here to guide your eye all the way there, without distracting completely from the actual painting. But this is intuitive, guys. This is not. That's why I tell you, if you overthink it, this is stuff that you will study in your artwork, and then you'll implement. As you're painting, you'll implement it. And the thing is that you don't want to stop. Okay, I know I said this enough, but it's really the trick. Chances are, if your paintings aren't coming out the way you want them to, if you're doing this intuitive gig, is because you're stopping too often. You don't want to stop so often. Acrylics, yeah, acrylics dry so quick. Acrylics are a blessing. I love acrylics. So this is suggesting something is happening. Okay, this type of painting is that way. It's suggesting that there's a petite ballerina. It's almost like if you're somewhere and then you go and then you look, right? It's a blur. It's a blur. You're looking at something else. There's people over here, and then someone on the other end's like, "Hey, what's up?" And you go, "What?" And then that's really what I shoot for. That instant moment. That instant. It's not impressionism. But I get it from that idea, right? It's that instant moment, that blur that we miss of life. The moments that we miss of life, that they're so abstract because they're so quick, right? You're talking here, the bartender says, "Would you like another beer?" Oh no, you're in a fancy place. "Would you like another cognac?" Disaronno on the rocks or something. And then you go, "Oh yes, please." And then you miss that, right? You miss that. And that's what I'm trying to capture. That as you turn your head, you miss something. And that's part of my process. It's my BS in art, right? Everybody has a BS in art. This is mine. I try to capture what we miss. Not necessarily impressionism, not necessarily expressionism. I don't go conceptual fully. It's not entirely conceptual. Is It's the things that we miss, and I'm enamored of these ideas, right? The things that we miss when we see things, because for the longest time I did not know that I had a severe stigmatism, and I always felt like I was missing out. I know this is part of my life. Again, like whole art, right? It's part of your life. I felt like I was missing out. I wasn't sure why until my wife was like, "Dude, you need glasses. That's why." And then I went, and it was a whole new world when I started wearing glasses, and it also comes from the idea of many of the great artists I've seen, such as Caravaggio and I mean, you name it, any of the great artists, they take what is rotten, right, forgotten. I mean, these are quotes, quote quote. They take what is rotten or forgotten, and then they give it a platform. They put it on a pedestal. You'll see that Caravaggio did that a lot. A lot of the great artists do that, actually. Degas gave us that. Degas was giving us the moments that were not on the spotlight. Right? The ballerinas were tying their shoes, tying their hair, fixing their little dresses, their little tutus, right? These are moments that are not in the spotlight. They're pre-spotlight moments. And the God did that to put the things that we take for granted on a pedestal. For me, the things that we take for granted are those seconds. It's not a second. It's not even seconds. It's milliseconds. Again, you're talking over here with someone. You're like, oh, yeah. Someone talks to you. You turn and you miss that, right? You turn and you miss that. There's something here. You with your peripherally almost. I like to paint things that are almost in a peripheral view. It's always interested me since I was a kid, and I think it has to do with that. It has to do with the fact that I couldn't see for shit. Right? I had severe stigmatism on both eyes, and I couldn't see for shit. And I didn't realize why. And I used to play games, right? I used to purposely turn around to try to see how lights glow, especially at night, and in the daylight too. How things glow, how they glow when you turn your head, when you move quick. If you have stigmatism and you move quick at night, you may even catch segments of your hand, right? Like little like if it's a matrix repetition. I don't know if you ever experienced that, or anyone that wears glasses because the lights are strong and harsh. You get that protector, that reflective thing that help you drive at night. I had to put that in my glasses, but that's what I like to paint. I like to paint the milliseconds, I guess, that we miss. What do they look like? They're abstract. They're almost expressionist, a bit impressionistic ideas, no, but they're certainly not photographic. What I see a lot of artists do, and I totally respect that, that's not the way I wanted to go about it, is that they'll take something very photorealistic and they'll blur it out, right? I see a lot of watercolorists, a lot of artists do that. And I thought that was amazing, but that was not what I was experiencing from having severe stigmatism. That's not what I was experiencing. What I was experiencing was just complete blurriness. Images didn't even look photographic. They look abstract. They look abstract, but there were certain strong points, right? And I still do that. I still play around like that. I take up my classes and I'll play. It's probably not the best thing to do, but I'll play like that. I'll look at things and move my head quick and try to capture them. But I've been doing that since I was a kid, and it kind of, one way or another, I think it started inspiring the way I paint. So there you guys have it. I'm going to be posting this painting on eBay for those of you who are into the arts, into acquiring the arts. My artwork has been gaining some popularity more than more so now than, I don't know, 5, 6 years. I've been painting. I've been selling online. For the past 2 years, it's been getting more popularity. I'm really happy about that. And I continue to auction the work. I don't know how long I'm going to do that. I don't know how long I'm going to continue to do that. But those of you who want in on the auctions, go check them out. I start every auction at 99 cents. Not every single one. Some of them I don't start at 99 cents, but most of them. Most auctions start at 99 cents, and you could win it. I don't know if it's your cup of tea. If this whole spiel is your cup of tea, go check it out. This is an 11 by 14 inches painting on stretch canvas, and it's a cool gig. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys enjoyed this moment, and I hope I made any sense with the whole moving and capturing that moment. if you just started watching this, go check it out. I'm gonna post it on the stories, and it'll be awesome. Aspen says bye. Bye, Aspen. Thank you for hanging out. Take care. All right, muchachos, muchachas. It's guys and gals in Spanish. People. Yeah, because I don't know if it's muchachos, muchachas. I'm just assuming gender, which is not. It's not right. I'm going to start saying people from now on. Gente. To give everyone the respect. So thank you so much. Take care. And I will be posting more artwork soon. Goodbye.